representing her. And I think all those three things you talked about, affection, compassion, and intimacy, all that will show through the man and then how he treats the woman.
All right, Bobby G, you better be glad you married.
I'm dropping the mic on that one.
Be glad you married, man.
Yeah, drop the mic on that one, boy.
Go on and throw it on cross. See, I would give you a tip. Come on, Anson, and bring it on home.
I agree with First Cuz, every single word, every bit of it. But I to answer the question, my expectations for those three things, I expect to go down at one time, at the same time.
Okay, so you feel like affection, compassion, and intimacy is like one ball. It's all rolled into one.
Yep, I want to experience all that at the same time.
All right,
yes.
now. Okay, well, you got to give it to what? Get it. As Malik would say, it gives you power. You give power. You get power back. Okay, I'm just playing with you, Malik.
Okay, but can I want to say something for you that move on real quick. To me, I like how you brought it, and I like how First Cuz kind of put it in a nutshell. But I also look at affection is like being affectionate. So like he was saying, if I'm affectionate, my mate gonna get the affection. So, and also compassion. When I'm compassionate, she gonna get that compassion, because like you said, it starts at home. Everything starts abrupt right at home. And the last but not least, intimacy. Listen to it. If you break that word down real slow, First Cuz, listen to it. Intimacy. Intimacy.
Bye.
Intimacy. 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 Intimacy.
You know what? I'm gonna get you some hook on phonics. You hear me?
We need it. We need it.
Bobby said erect earlier.
He said you gonna sit up erect. I heard that.
I heard.
Yes, he's gonna be.
We getting some vocabulary tonight. Yes, we are.
You gonna come? Like you gonna come over with an erection? Oh no!
I didn't think that's where your mind is. I did not say coming home with an erection. I said he will be erect, meaning he's gonna stand up straight.
We got you. We got you. She just
I was thinking something else.
Yeah. Oh God.
He just
I was thinking about something else. My bad.
So we learned two words tonight. We learned erect and intimacy.
Intimacy. Intimacy. Into me. Boy, y'all learn boy bye too. Okay, so at this time, it has definitely been a pleasure for Dr. Fabulous, because you know what? I always try to give you a little nugget, and I'm going to give my nugget to my favorite. Well, his voice not smooth tonight. He not feeling good tonight, but I'm going to give you what he got. Come on, Mr. Good. Are you here with me?
Hey, ladies and gents, is the doctor not feeling so good tonight?
Okay.
Bringing it close to you. The question I have is, if you have a significant other, do you feel the love? There's three types of love that are listed in the Bible. And, you know, I know everybody might not be Christian, but there's three types of love, in all Greek words. There is eros. That is the carnal, physical type of love. Kind of like what you saw with the little Cupid stuff. Then you have the philos love. That's the love that you have for a brother or sister. It's a fraternal love. Hence the word, the city Philadelphia, the city of what?
Brotherly love.
Brotherly love. So that the root word of that is philos, meaning affinity. And then you have agape, meaning unconditional love. A love that you have that is greater than a love you have for a relative. It's a love that you have for someone else that doesn't require anything back. Now, we do that. We say we have unconditional love for our children. We say we have unconditional love for our pets. We say we have unconditional love for our hobbies. But when it comes to someone who we see every day and we lay in the bed with and we're chilling with and we're growing together or apart with, what are those 3 types of loves that we're gonna have? Mr. Anson, if you had a significant other or the last time you were in a relationship, what type of love did you have?
Could you go over the 3 again? Could you name them for me one time?
You have eros, just think sensual, philos, meaning brotherly, friendly, and agape, meaning unconditional.
Yeah, I would have to go with eros, the first one.
Okay, and why is that?
Because all of unless you actually talk about your family members or your pets, eros is gonna go down every time.
Do you agree with that, Miss Millie? Okay, why don't you agree with that?
Because the first one is like you barely love them, if I'm understanding it correctly.
It's the sensual, physical type of love. It doesn't mean that you don't love them. It's just a different type of love.
It's not deep. It's not deep. So I like the agape love because I'm gonna give my all if I'm in love.
Okay, but do you expect anything back? That's the difference.
I just expect them to love me.
That's a good way of putting it. Miss Marlene, sorry, didn't see your hand. Could you have anything to add?
No, I agree with Millie. Agape love, same thing.
Okay, Miss Bryan.
I think that's a interesting question because I think love is dynamic, and I think it depends on what stage of friendship or relationship you are. And I feel like initially, you don't start off with agape love. I just don't feel that way. But maybe I just haven't lived enough. Maybe I could be immature. But in my mind, I feel like I am never going to, unless you're my children. I'm not a pet person. So unless you're my children, I'm not going to unconditionally love you right away. I'm not. And I feel bad about I don't even know if I feel bad. It's just the way I am. So initially, there's always like some type of attraction. And then I almost feel like, I don't know, but I just feel like you have to work to earn agape love from me because I just don't know if I love that easy. Like I'm definitely going to do the first one because I feel like that sensual whatever feeling is just what it is. But I think getting to that agape love for me takes time. Like I'm always amazed by women or friends that are like, oh, I just love him unconditionally. And I'm like, well, damn, you only knew him for 2 weeks. Like, how can you I don't love that one. So that's just how I feel.
Okay.
Well, could you say, Miss Bryan, that you got that eros love, that little romantic spark when you meet him and you're attracted to him?
Yeah, I think there's definitely that romantic spark. I just feel like love is something that's building for the most part, and then it just grows. Like there are different types of love, and I just feel like for the most part, I'm definitely a giver and a carer, so I pretty much love people I interact with in general, and I'm a people lover, but I don't necessarily get to that unconditional love that quickly.
Okay.
Right.
Nor do I look for it to be there for me, because I'm interested in Miss Millie. Like I want that unconditional, and I would like that, but I don't expect you to unconditionally love me and you just met me. I mean, I would find that interesting.
The reason I said agape because he asked about my last relationship. That's what I was going on. Yeah, not immediately. No, it was based on my last relationship that I was in love.
And that's kind of where I was going with that. A lot of people.
Yeah, you said the last relationship, not just a new relationship. That was based on my last relationship.
Right. If and think about it, if I was to categorize on how you have a good relationship, is you have philos, because you gotta like somebody in order to love them. Mm-hmm. You have to have an affinity. Then you go to eros, because you got to be attracted to them. Because you can't be in love with somebody if you ain't attracted to them. And that doesn't just mean physical. that just doesn't mean physical. It means there's the package. You know, because everybody likes body parts, but body parts are body parts. Then you go into the unconditional love when you guys have cemented those first two. Then you go into unconditional love where you'll lay your life down for your partner. Mm-hmm. You'll do whatever's necessary to make sure that your partner doesn't go without, and that's part of the thing in today's modern relationships. We don't have people wanting to grow together. We want to have people doing their own thing, and that's definitely not agape. Go ahead, first cuz.
Yeah, hey, I just want to add to what Ms. Bryan was just saying. I think that for my situation, being married, it came in 3 phases, all 3 of the loves: the eros, the philos, and the agape. Eros is the passionate part. You know, when you first meet with someone, at some point you're going to have that fire for them, and then as you continue to grow with the relationship, you become more friends. You build a friendship. Hopefully, you build a friendship first, but there's still a type of love. And then the agape is, because she's my wife, I'm responsible for her. So I have to love her from all 3 aspects of the examples that were given. So for me, being married, it's going to be different than a person who's casually dating someone. You may be dating someone for 3 months, 6 months, and you may get to that first phase or even the second phase of it. But then when you talk about the complete unforgiving, the agape love, no matter what, I still love you. And like you said, feel good. I'm going to provide for you. I'm going to make sure you're taken care of and try to make sure that you don't want for anything. That's when you're responsible for that person. And hopefully when you're in a marriage or a serious relationship, you're at that point.
Now that's profound. Anybody got anything else to add? Because that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Now,
man, I'm on fire tonight, man. Golly.
You hot.
Yeah.
We'll give it to them.
Okay, I do real quick.
Go ahead.
As I said before, love is a big word, and I don't throw it around too easy. And it's hard to even talk about it in a general conversation. Whether somebody loves me or not, that's between them and God, because I think as human beings, it's impossible to love yourself and not love somebody else. And unlike Miss Bryan, I think that's her name, I'm kind of the opposite. I start out with unconditional love for everybody because it's the kind of love that I have for myself and for mankind. Which direction that goes in after I get to know someone will determine itself. But I'm going to throw the word respect in there. I do expect people to respect me, though. If you love me, that's fine. That's between you and God. I love everybody. I at least try to. But I also respect people, too. So I'll just leave it there. Thank you.
Oh, that was good. I mean, that was good. But that's the kind of reason why we ask these questions, because if we all thinking the same, then nothing gets done. Nothing. We all learn from each other. So staying on that level, Dr. Lark, what do you think is love enough? Is love enough in a relationship?
No.
You ain't Dr. Lark first, cuz.
No, that wasn't first cuz. That was Travis.
Oh, Travis. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Travis. You ain't Dr. Lark, Travis. Go ahead, Dr. Lark.
If love is enough, if it is love, I think it is enough. I kind of want to go back to what Travis said, in that women need love and men need respect. So yes, that is a form of love. And we talked about this earlier tonight, where, I think the question was, do you give, do you give enough love to your partner or whatever? I think that you give them the love that they want. You have to meet them where they are and give them the love that they want. And then they reciprocate you by giving you what you want and what you need. So if we are giving each other that type of love, yes, I think it is enough.
Right now.
Anybody else want to add to that?
I do.
Go ahead.
Love is not enough.
And I'm gonna agree with him. Love is not love. You can't measure love like that. I mean, how you respond to someone, how you respect someone, how you care for someone, is in a class within itself. Love is something we can't really even, we can talk about it, but it's just too big of a word to try to measure in what you do. It's general, and I that's why agape and love kind of sort of go together. But no, love is just not enough because you can't really measure that.
What else is there to add, Travis?
In what regards?
Like, what else? I mean, you said love is not enough. So what else would make it enough?
Well, it's how you respond to someone you're interacting with, whether they're your significant other or not. When you pass someone in the grocery store aisle, how you respond to them can be a form of love. But again, love is a personal thing. You keep that in your heart and between you and your maker, and this is just my opinion. I'm not trying to say I'm right. It's just, just to even use the word love is just too big for me to have in a general conversation like we're having. But to answer your question, what else is there to add? It's just how you respond to a person in a general setting. Your level of response, your level of respect, your level of consideration.
And you know what, Travis, you have a point. Dr. Lark has a point. My take on this is that love in itself is not enough, because love is not only a feeling, but it's an action.
Thank you.
It could be a noun, it could be a verb. The action of love is something you have to do, you have to work at, you have to push.
Yeah, I don't think it's a feeling at all.
Well, but it is. It's an emotion. It's emotion. Emotions come and emotions go. But
it's the last of whatever it is. It's just not the primary thing that it is.
Right. No, and that's what I'm saying. I agree with you there, but I'm saying that it's something that you work at. And every morning, if you read the Bible, it says every morning I renew myself daily. It says I renew myself daily, saying that every day I start out with 0 and I'm building up.
Yep.
So you're not doing it out of obligation. You're not doing it out of duty.
Maybe consideration.
Right. You're pressing forward towards the mark.
Right. Consideration, the same thing you would want from somebody else. Consideration and respect. I mean, you can use the word love, and people do. But, it boils down to, consideration and respect. The same thing I would want somebody to do and have for me, I try to return that back. And you can say love, I just don't.
Right. No, and I understand that. What I'm saying is that it's a form, because we have love languages. And your love language is how you express that love. I'll get with you in a second, Anson. Mm-hmm. If you are an acts of service person, I might not ever tell you I love you, but my actions, and that's why I'm saying love's a verb, but my actions show how much I love you.
Right. That's just why I said, how you respond to someone is bigger than just saying, you can say I love you and it sounds cool and even sexy, even in its own place. But, what you do, how you respond is more important than, what you can say. Just saying it just, kind of puts
love
the bow
is what it do.
Yeah, and it's not enough. Like you said, it's too big. It's too big and too broad to be saying, we can go into a whole nother conversation with that. Maybe we might do that in the future. Mr. Anson, go ahead.
And it all boils down to it. There's certain things in life that are a fact. I know, but he said earlier he's not gonna say that he's right in this subject, but I'm gonna say it. I'm right. I'm right when I say this. No one cares about how you feel and what you think. The only thing that matters is your actions.
Love
That's
is what
the
it
only
do.
thing that matters. Yes, what it do. So you can love me all day. That's wonderful. Kudos to you. But it all boils down to what you do.
Right, how you respond.
Love is followed by action. And the only thing that matters in this world is what you do. Not what you think, not how you feel, not your emotions.
Right, and that's in the book of Hebrews. That's in the book of Hebrews.
Doing between that dash from the beginning date to the end date.
Right, from the faith without works is what?
Dead.
So if you don't, you both saying the same thing, but from different angles.
Right.
You're doing, Answer, you're talking about the works. Travis is talking about the faith. That I believe that, I believe. You're like that, I'm working. It's both, it's interdependent. It's interdependent and interlocking because it lets you.
The word
Yeah, interdependent because the more you believe, the more you're going to work. The more you work, the more you're going to believe.
Right.
And it's a self-fulfilling thing, but it also has a component of, where are we going with this?
Somebody said
I love somebody and can't stand them. I can be with somebody and love them with my heart, but they ain't no good for me. I can, we all want to find somebody that's not only good for us,
good to us.
Exactly.
Come on.
Exactly. We having church up in this piece. We having church up.
I like it.
Somebody typed.
Dr. Feelgood. Someone whoever's on the iPhone, you leave.
Yeah, can I respond to them?
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, somebody said love is enough. And I respect your response. I really do.
No, they said, honestly, don't feel that love is enough. Reading is fundamental.
Okay. Oh, I was getting ready to go in. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I want you to read.
In there. Okay. Sorry, iPhone, whoever you are. Yeah, I thought they were saying it's
No. We must read entirety.
Yeah, you got me.
Don't hurt me.
Don't hurt.
Can I say something before we get off blast off? The brother Travis, I love that word. His word was response. My main man answered. His word, powerful word, was more like action. That's what he like, action. And Mr. Malik gonna leave a word, sir, first, cuz it's gonna be demonstration. And all of them tied together. Because if you demonstrate, what I learned, Mr. Bob, was this. A joker can lie. A lie ain't nothing to tell. But you have to show, my word gonna be demonstrate, like how you do your queen, you show her and prove what you are all about. Because anybody can say, I love you, but it needs to manifest by your actions. Is my whole thing. And like, I love the way y'all say the word love is so big, like you say, because people use it loosely, and some people really do fall in love. Because that was another question one time. Can you, what's the difference in loving someone and being in love? So like you say, you can stretch that word all kind of ways. So, but demonstration is the key. It's going to be Mr. Razzle's word for the night with the other brothers. It's going to be demonstration.
No, your word was, what was his word?
Demonstration.
Intimacy.
Intimacy. Yeah, intimacy.
Like that,
you must see. Intimacy.
That sound like that Sebastian song he's singing in the Little Mermaid. Intimacy.
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. That was your word, Malik, for tonight.
Okay.
Well, but I want to thank
Miss Brian.
I had a thought.
Go ahead, Miss Brian.
I was going back to, because Dr. Fabulous started off with her grandmother quote, and I'm ending with my grandmother quote because I feel like it's really kind of tying everything together, even though it's just the way she said it. And she always used to tell me, I need you to be with the one that loves you, not the one that you love. And I was like, damn, like at the time, right. And at the time I remember I was really young when she said it, and I was like, what do you mean I'm supposed to be with the one that loves me and not the one that I love? And I just feel like it goes back to everything that you guys are saying, like the acts of, it's more than just the verb. It's just so much bigger than that. And that's why it is a verb, right? Because verbs are so dynamic. So it's like grandma was speaking a prophetic word at the time that I didn't even get it. But I always, like, it just goes back to that, because it's funny when you started off with the grandmother quote, I thought about my grandmother's quote, and it's so funny how it like came full circle. And I feel like I can always hear her saying it in her Jamaican accent. gonna need you to love the one that love you, not the one that you love. And I was like, what?
Yes.
What is that? So it is
one time for the grandmas. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, grandma. Yeah, they had some
Brian,
good
I had
rituals
to
back
say
then.
that the other, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I had to say that the other week, Miss Brian. I'm not getting all the way off the subject, but my daughter, she married a female and she had to tell me to make me truly understand her. She had to say, Mom, I love who loved me.
Okay.
Whoa. I mean, that's so deep. And I try to tell my daughters that, but I think when you're young, sometimes you're not ready to receive it. So it's kind of hard because you want to be what looks fancy to you or what you think you like, but we need to be open to loving the people that show us love. So that's interesting.
And that's demonstration.
Demonstration, yes.
I was going to say something. You know, the word does cover that. It says, teach your child in the ways, and when they're older, they will not depart far from it. Yeah, they might not acknowledge it at the time, but somewhere in their mind, if it's right, if it's taught right, you're gonna keep it in the back of your head. And when it comes time, then you understand it, because a lot of things our parents told us, our grandparents told us, you know, we looked at it, when you're 16, your grandparents ain't smart. Your parents ain't smart because they don't know nothing. But then when then 16 years later, when you're 32 and you got a 5 or 6 year old that ain't acting right, what's the first thing that come to your mind?
You call my mama.
My aunt told me.
What did your parent tell you? You're like, is this what they meant? But you understand, but you know what to do then, because you know what works and you know what don't work. But the idea is that, you know, we covered a myriad of questions and concerns. We got good discussion. No, it was, you know, I wasn't monotone this week. I'm still under the weather because I'm trying to get this voice back together. But I want to thank each and every one of y'all for putting up with me during this time. I had a rough week. I got a swollen knee from walking in the snow in New York City, laying my stepmom to rest. Got the flu, so I'm drinking a lot of fluids. Got fluids in my legs, taking it all. So, and then I really didn't want to come in. And I've been drinking tea too. Really didn't want to do this tonight. But, you know, talking with the team, I felt I needed to be here. This is the place I need to be here. Now, I'm not 100%, but this tells me that I love this and I want this to happen. And I want y'all to say, sometimes when you're not at your best, you have to give your best anyway. It's the best you can give. Sometimes it's not good enough. But that's okay, because it's the effort that makes you a better person. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to First Cuz. Go ahead, close us out, please.
All right, Dr. Feelgood, thank you so much. Thank you so much for those words. And we are definitely going to keep you uplifted in prayer, that you have a speedy recovery with your health and that you start feeling better. We do appreciate the efforts of you coming on and kind of toughing through the night. And we all know we've all had some things that happen in life where sometimes you just don't feel up to it. But thank you for your efforts of being on tonight. Dr. Fabulous, you want to go ahead and say something to us?
I wanted to say something to Miss Millie. Miss Millie, I have looked for you all over Facebook and cannot find you. Do you have a Facebook? Can you put it in the chat for us, please? Because I have looked for you.
Well, trust me, she ain't hard to find with that good.
Be quiet.
I'm sure Malik trying to find you.
There's my business page.
Trying to look you up, Miss Millie.
There's my business page.
Trying to get through his what is his thorns to get to his roses.
I ain't messing with him.
You know about the thorns and the roses.
He wrong for that.
There's my business page. I ain't thinking about him. I put my business page and my personal page.
All right, Miss Millie, I got you. I got you.
That's
Malik,
me.
don't you take that down. Don't take that down,
That's
Malik.
me
Well,
all
she know
day.
I'm gonna call. She already know what it is. She already know.
Oh,
He'll be
Lord.
DMing you and everything.
Okay.
Dr. Fabulous, you want to go ahead and say your parting words?
Okay. Thank you, everyone, for coming. It's always a pleasure for each and every one of you to come and be with Upscale Love for You. And it's just so special. Like Dr. Feelgood said, he may not feel good, but we got you. Because you know what I found? My team is the best team that I can have. And I thank each and every one of my team member, because as you say, we're like a family. And I thank each and every one of you all, which is like family. So don't forget us. And we look forward to seeing you next week, Thursday. And boy, next week, Thursday, it's not Valentine next week, is it?
No.
It's not next week.
It's the
but
week after.
weekend.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that then next week. Go ahead to my favorite cousin.
All right, Dr. Fabulous, thank you so much for those kind words. And thank everyone for coming on tonight. We had a really good conversation. I tell you what, we can all walk away from this show tonight with 3 words in our vocabulary.
3 words.
One, and we're gonna go over them together. One is erect.
Erect.
The other one is intimacy.
Intimacy.
And then this is a 2-part word, boy, bye, from Dr. Fabulous.
Bye. That's it.
So if we don't take away nothing else, we're gonna take away those 3 terms for tonight. But no, we want to ask everyone to go to YouTube, Upscale Love for You. That's Upscale Love, the number 4, the letter U. Go to YouTube, hit your like button, hit your subscribe button, and share with a friend. Next week is going to be the weekend before Valentine's Day. So our conversations will be wrapped around Valentine's events. What you do, what you don't do. We're going to have some specific questions, and we may have a fun game to add to the show next week. So please come back, invite a friend, tell someone to come on to check us out at Upscale Love for You. With that being said, make sure also email us, send us an email. We've had some very interesting emails that has come through, and some people want to talk about some specific things. And coming up in the very near future, we're going to have some specific case studies about what people have been emailing us because they have some things that they're dealing with. And we at Upscale Love for You, we're going to help them solve, or hopefully we can help them solve some of the issues that they might have. Okay, that's coming up in the very near future. But for next week, make sure you tune in because we're going to have a Valentine's discussion. Hey, we're going to ask that everyone wear something red. Wear red.
Or hot pink.
Or hot pink for the AKAs that might be listening.
AKA.
We'll be in that crimson and cream.
Guys, hey, no guys on here wear anything hot pink. That's all for the ladies.
No, wait. Now,
the man look good in pink now.
But you know who likes some pink?
Who?
That Mr. Malik. He
Put
got
some pink on next week.
In his closet, baby.
I tell you what, if Mr. Malik come on here next week with some hot pink on, we shut it down. We shut it down.
But I got some nice hot pink, but let also tonight was hot. I'll give you 2 thumbs up. It's just tomorrow night is going to be a continuation of hot. Score Bigger Dating.
Can't get on.
You can get on. You know what to do. We'll help you. We'll help you. I remember last week you was trying. We'll help you. I mean, let us know what to do. Go to Score Bigger Dating and then just slide down to the request to be a guest.
Miss Millie, I'm going to get in contact with you because I might need you to do something for me tomorrow. So
I got you.
Right.
I got you.
Let her come on in. Right. She came in. Remember, she came before, Miss Millie. You came in.
I came one time, but I tried last week. I had 5 ladies wanting to be on.
Well, we got y'all. Bring them all on. We'll walk you through it. Like tonight was steamy. Tomorrow, just like Tyler Perry got Tuesdays and Wednesdays locked down, we're gonna have Thursdays and Fridays locked down. So we one big family, man. Hey, ain't nothing but love. Let everybody know about Score Bigger Dating. You know, let everybody come and let's shut the city down. That's what I'm talking about.
That's what we're doing. So we got Upscale Love for You next week, but on tomorrow night, Score Bigger Dating on Facebook Live. Go on live and support Mr. Malik and Dr. Fabulous, our very own Dr. Fabulous. She's a co-host at Score Bigger Dating, so you get to see her lovely face one more time this week. Go on and give the support and tell someone. Mr. Malik, I'm gonna be honest with you. Tomorrow's Friday night. You know what I'm doing.
Cigar.
That's right. So I should be able to log on with you tomorrow night. But hey, with that being said, everyone, take care of your health, take care of your loved ones, take care of your family. Stay safe, stay positive, and stay upscale for love. Y'all have a good night.
Good night.
Look, I see you, Miss Millie. Don't be silly. Come on, Miss Millie.
See, I told you he's trying to get in your DM, Miss Millie.
You better not get up in
there
there.